Folks, we are live. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, and half of your host tonight. And the other half is none other than my wife, Rachie.
How you doing, everyone?
So, figure we. Rachel's already dropping stuff, but that's okay because she can pick stuff up with her feet.
Oh, I have my socks on.
Oh, and she can't pick stuff up with her feet. So, I guess quick updates with us. Paul, welcome. Hey, I'm gonna do this with
Oh yes, put the
that way the chat
up there.
Is right in there. Live from Rikers Island, it's Eric Tenkar. This is my very special suite. I get a very special suite here on the Rikers.
He gets conjugal visits.
Oh, conjugal visits. And
in a lock-up.
Yeah. From my own wife, not from somebody big and scary looking. Fugly, welcome. Yeah, I really do enjoy having the chat come directly up there. That way, it's right there. It's front and center. Or
yeah, that's kind of cool. Everybody can be seen.
Yeah.
Like I know. Does everybody see that?
No.
So you have to make an effort to make sure that everybody's seen.
Usually,
heard, yeah.
Right. So this way,
Mm-hmm.
it's on the screen automatically.
Oh, that's great.
So I don't have to go.
I will just see it going down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, you got a conjugal visit. Yes. Hey, you can have that if you've actually got a wife. Did I say that?
And if you're well behaved.
Well behaved. Yes. Follow the rules. By the way,
no write-ups.
I've got my in my I feel like a drug dealer.
What?
In my cell, I've got a 70-inch TV set. I've got like my American flag behind us there with the blue stripe. Certain small little things. Oh, I got my bottle of whiskey nearby.
Oh, are you sure that's not homebrew?
No, I wasn't making.
I haven't been there long enough.
I wasn't making any whiskey in my toilet. Oh my God! For those that don't know, it was and somebody's been emailing like everybody. I mean, I'm sure they were just hoping that they threw enough shit it would stick somewhere. They're done.
But I think what happens is that it just sticks all over them in the end.
Let's see. Was it rubber and your glue? It bounces off me and sticks onto you.
Well, because it's like every time the person does it, it's like you guys bat it away and right back at them. So it's just like,
yeah. So we'll deal on that topic later.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still doing my weekly blood draws. Is there whiskey in a jar, Fogley? Great song. But, actually, in this there's fruit punch. Nothing exciting, but I do have whiskey in a bottle behind. It's on the chair, Rach, if you grab it. So this is actually a very, very small batch, as it says. Very small batch, bourbon whiskey, finished with Amburana wood, 48% alcohol, 96% proof, to Liberty Call 911. Retired Sergeants Association. So
that's his
union. Well, the Sergeants is my union. This is my retiree organization, and all the profits that were raised from selling these, and I bought 2 of these bottles, goes to Women's and Children's Fund for the NYPD, which
for widows
and children does a lot. Does the health benefits and does the dental and does the eyes and prescription.
Yeah, we get good benefits from that.
So good cause, and it should be a good whiskey, good bourbon. So, but yeah, I still had to do my weekly blood draw. Now, last week my Potassium went up, so my doctor took me off to Crendia for now. And of course, this week my blood sugar was not my blood sugar, my potassium was well within normal. So let's see. I see the doc. I go back for another blood draw on Monday. But parasocial, welcome. But let's see. Then next weekend. Well, I'll announce this now, and I'll announce this later. Next weekend, Gamers Health will be on Sunday night. Reason being, we are going to be out on Long Island.
Oh, that's already, yeah.
Yeah. Glenn Hallstrom, Old Man Grognard, is coming out to New York. He's coming out to New York end of next week. So we will be going out to Long Island to game with him and Jason and the gaming group out there. And then Glenn's going to come to us on Monday. Monday's a busy day. Rach has a surgical procedure, and then we get Glenn, and then we'll be heading to the Poconos. All right. What? Am I bleeding? Yeah, I spring leaks. Parasocial. I hear Don Zamora is the P. Diddy of tabletop gaming.
Yeah, a lot of ways.
Wow, yeah, he knows all, sees all. Oh, he can make or break you. You better watch out. He knows.
Wow!
He knows if
such a wild parallel to think about.
He knows if you've been sleeping. He knows if you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. You better be good for goodness sake, because Wizard Tower Games. He knows. He knows. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun because Glenn's gonna be with us. We'll go to the Poconos for a bit. So I get to show him New York. I get to show him the Poconos.
Right. He hasn't told us really what he wants to see here.
Right.
So.
Hey Ty, welcome. See, this is great. I see everything as they're popping in. I do love this embedded chat. So Restream for the win. This is working out pretty well. Oh, Parasocial. He's got a video of Erik throwing dice and GURPing. At least it isn't LARPing, okay? At least it isn't me LARPing. I'd rather play GURPS. I haven't played GURPS since probably 1990, but I'd rather play GURPS than LARP. And if Rob was in, Rob could tell us all about LARPing.
Does Rob LARP too?
Rob, that's how he met his wife.
Oh, okay. I knew she was more of a LARPer, but I didn't know how they
Rob
connected.
Rob was like a leader in the LARPing community.
A LARPing leader.
A LARPing leader. Fugly Santa's a scary dude. Yes, he is. He knows all, sees all. That's why the elf on the shelf was insane when that.
I used to be afraid of Santa Claus, and then I didn't want to sit on his lap until I knew oh, okay, it's not quite real.
It's not quite real.
Not quite real.
He's just a dirty old man. Oh my God!
But yeah, I saw him with the way they represented him in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was like, oh hell no, he's gonna be mean.
Yeah, I was like, damn you elves, you work harder. I pay you for 20 hours a day and not a minute less.
I remember getting in those lines at the mall or wherever, department stores, and it finally be my turn, and I'd be like, nope, not doing it.
Nope.
You mean we waited in this line, Rachel? Yeah, no, not doing it.
He's how can I misspell and mispronounce the P word? No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to demonetize my own channel this early in it. So Elf on a Shelf is 1984.
Yes.
It's
and it's more a recent history thing. It's just something that some mother made up, and then I think by 2020 it got totally debunked when there was a judge in Virginia that just had to be I think he made some kind of ruling with maybe it was a family court judge, but I remember hearing about this on the news, and he kind of like blew up Elf on the Shelf as like fake, and
It's
like
fake.
because he didn't want the kids who weren't going to get anything that year because like there were like shortages of everything, and and people were stuck home or
Because of
all of that, and he was just like, I don't want to
Coof.
hear about this Elf on the Shelf shit.
There you go. The Coof ruined Elf on
Yeah.
the Shelf. Did he catch COVID and get locked away? And no.
Oh, some sort of COVID sanatorium or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Maybe
He
a sanitarium of his own.
Yeah, the Elf on the Shelf was a COVID denier, so it's a whole issue. So actually, that was pretty much it though for doctor's appointments this week. It was kind of doctor's appointment light.
Yeah.
Yes, Furby would be better Elf on a Shelf,
Mm.
or Gremlin. Just don't give it water after midnight. I haven't seen that movie in 40 years, but I have a Gremlins blanket that I got when I used to subscribe to those boxes.
Oh, is that the one that's here?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea what that was.
Yeah.
I knew it was a light blanket, but
that's my
I had no idea what was.
It's my nap in my recliner blanket. Everybody needs a nap in their recliner blanket. So since Glenn is coming, we're you get that like, oh well, we should start with really like
we should have been started.
Should have been, but you start cleaning. And today's project brought to you by Gardein.
And that has absolutely nothing to do with Glenn. That's just something that we were going to do.
Right, but...
sorry, Glenn. We love you, but...
Yes.
We got to be honest.
The Gardein was getting done anyway. So, we love our Gardein. And we got it last fall, right around this time.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 pepper plants were still the original pepper plants. Just a year. When I just harvested, I harvested another 9 jalapeno peppers. I mean, this thing planted and it had more blossoms, but we had to let it go.
And it's crazy. Out of a pod that's like maybe this long and
not like that long. It's like, like this long. It's really
and like that's what it and then it created a plant that was like this.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, I tell you. But
we had to wrestle that thing into the garbage bag.
But what we learned, and it makes sense because, when we got the strawberries were produced. They were cool, but they were also like, oh, you got to be careful with them because you may get aphids. And I was like, aphids, schmaphids.
We'll give it a try. How bad could it be?
And when when the strawberry plants started dying off, I wanted to order new strawberry plants, and I couldn't. They weren't available. But then I also noticed aphids on the strawberry plants that were dying off. And by the way, the Guardian is smart. I got to notice.
You off.
You have an aphid problem. I'm like, well, gee, all right. So we've been combating the aphid issue probably for the last 4 or 5 months.
At least.
And it was a losing battle. And certain things resist the aphids.
Well, we were using neem oil.
Yeah, so
which is like a natural remedy for that.
Which wasn't the best.
Well, and it's just better to just not have the strawberries.
Yeah, I think in the future.
Because if they were bringing the aphids, we just get aphid-free things.
Right. So
keep it out of here.
Things that I have learned.
I don't deal with creepy crawlies very well.
Things I've learned with our Gardein is the pepper plants resist aphids amazingly. I mean, maybe it's the oil in the peppers. Maybe it's that the spice.
Because it's a nightshade. They're nightshades. Maybe that's that's poisonous to those guys.
Maybe they resist it very well. Very, those plants were healthy. What else resisted the aphids pretty well until recently? And when I say recently, maybe the last week or two.
Yeah, chives.
The chives. And I think that's only because the aphids were killing off the other stuff, and finally
they were busy.
So I think probably the more aromatics, certain aromatics, not
certain ones, because I think
the mint went.
Yeah, I feel like sweeter things.
They were attracted
They
to,
were, yeah.
and the spicier things not so much.
Yeah.
So what we did today is we threw out the remaining plants, and again, the peppers.
So we
God
did a
bless 'em.
major overhaul. We're doing
Yes,
a major overhaul of our garden. So we took out every plant and every pod
pod.
so that we can do the cleaning process.
Right.
And so we, again, it's like all natural cleaning. So I started cleaning the towers
With this vinegar water.
vinegar and water solution. Yeah, that's going nicely. It looks good.
Fugly, I would get bugs that eat aphids if it was outside, but when you're inside, you don't want more bugs.
Especially when you have somebody who gets very panicky around anything.
It's like there's bugs everywhere. So, but we already have new pods that are getting ready. We got more ordered, so we should have a nice selection. But we went heavy on different peppers, honestly. The peppers,
yeah, a bunch of different peppers. The lettuces lasted really well when we had them.
So it's a learning process. We've had it for a year.
Yeah,
so it's a learning
flowers
process
coming.
So I think that we're going to have to do is learn that there are certain plants that will last not forever, but apparently for a year, and certain plants like the different leafy greens, which will last you for a couple of months, and you always have to have something ready to replace it. Shadow, welcome. Good to see you.
Shadow.
Yeah, no, I see things pop up so much easier on here than looking off to the side. Ladybugs eat aphids. Everyone loves ladybugs.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't want a house full of ladybugs. The aphids all stayed.
We had that one year out in the front.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
There were a ton of them coming in the house.
Well, yeah,
not
a ton, not a physical ton, a handful. But that was today's project, and
so tomorrow we have to soak the pods and the caps and the ties, like everything that came into contact with the garden and possibly could have come in contact with aphid.
Yep.
So yeah, we're
just trying to get it nice and clean.
Yes.
Shadow Restream is way better and cheaper. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I really I'm like, oh. It's like I should have had a V8 moment. You're like, I should have done this so much sooner. It had to take StreamYard getting bought out.
Well, you know what? We can be in gratitude that they raised their prices and turned into dicks, and you're able to say, "See you later, bye."
Yeah, so StreamYard was good for the handheld holding it. It had to do. I still have to get the Rumble working properly on this end with the new interface here.
Oh, right, because I don't see it over here.
Yeah, no, I don't have the Rumble going. But for things that have been, and I don't have Twitch going. When I have Twitch going, there's usually just one person in there, and they're a spammer going, "I love your channel. Why don't you make friends with me on Discord?" No, I don't think so. So, but this is definitely the fact that I can embed the chat on the screen, so I don't have to keep on going over here and highlighting stuff is just so much simpler. Hey, David, good to see you, sir. We got a worldwide audience right now, Rach. Don't be intimidated. So Rach has a show, and I was about to say it's not a reach around; it's a show and tell. It's not a Rob Conley.
Oh,
Rob. By the way, Rob figured out what a reach around was. His wife told him, and he got very upset. We couldn't say it's a reach around anymore.
Oh, he thought it was something special.
It was.
I'm sure it is.
It is just not the special he thought it was.
I can just see her very sweetly explaining it.
When they say it's a reach around, Rob, it isn't quite the reach around. It's not because you're reaching around. It has to do with sexual activity that happens a lot in places like Greenwich Village. You sons of bitches.
Is that what he said?
Nah, he was very upset.
Uh,
He goes, no, we can't use that term anymore. I'm like, damn it. Your wife killed it. And these were on sale. Listen,
so Prime had no.
yeah, it was a Prime Day.
Amazon had the Prime Day sale, and I have had this in my wish list for a while because I just, I love anything from TRX.
Well, they can't see it yet.
So I've had resistance bands, but these are the resistance bands that come with it. I got the Bandit, so on the website it's like $70 or something, and then on Amazon it was $48. I've seen it as low as $52.50, but like $48. And I said, "Oh wow, that's an even better price than anything I saw." So it's got Bandit means it's just got these special handles that have this slot so that you can put your resistance bands in and out. And so,
it's a much easier grip. Easy. Doesn't cut into the hands.
Yeah, and so like or if you don't like the smell of rubber on your hands or the sensation of
rubber in the morning
on your hands, like this is rubbery, but this doesn't smell. So yeah, it's just resistance bands, and you find an anchor wherever you want to. Like last night, I used it just around the back of my chair to, kind of do some rows and stuff. Yeah, just like basically. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do it here. But... Oh, maybe.
I'm not tying my wife up. It might look like that, but it's not what's happening.
So I have it around the back of the chair, and so like,
oh shoot, that's pretty cool. See, like I was telling Rach, she could travel with these as opposed to the full.
It depends.
If you're going for,
because like you can get full body. Like I would use these. Like say for example at ShireCon, I would bring it. Like not to the con, but to, wherever we stay, because we stay in like old, like B&B or old,
right? You can't,
accommodation, and I'm terrified to like
pull the door off.
Yeah,
there goes the door
to like
frame.
Just use my door anchor for my TRX and like start like going to town.
Yeah.
And how it, like in these places, like every creek, So like there's either what are they gonna hear? Like, it's like
they're doing it.
Pull myself
it's
up.
It's a conjugal visit.
Or whatever they think. So these would be great for that, But like for hotels and stuff, yep. I tend to like to bring that.
Fugly wants to know: are these basically bungee cords with handles?
Yeah, it's basically a resistance band.
Resistance bands. With handles,
and my Bob and Brad resistance bands fit in just fine. So I have a lot of diversity in terms of resistance. So this one is, this one is 15 to 30 pounds. So 15 when it's like, looser.
Uh-huh.
But when you have it tight, that's like 30.
Okay.
In terms of resistance, and then the blue one that we were just showing
is what 10?
5 to 15.
Oh, okay.
And it comes with 2 of those bands, 2 of the same bands, so that this way, if you want to use 2 of the same at the same time, or if you want to, how do you call it? If you want to stack them, because you can fit multiple inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hector, welcome. Man, we're getting a full room.
Yeah.
So we did that. Trying to think
and I think it would be really great for your shoulders because you could do like there's these pull-outs that you can do.
All right.
Yeah.
See, now this is something that
like pull-outs this way, pull-outs
I could
this way. I don't know what's around me. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'm around you. I don't know what's around me.
I didn't do that to you. I knew you where you were. I just didn't know where the handlebars were.
That's okay.
Crack my wrist.
So you can see we have our big screen TV in this room, so we could watch TV and I could be getting a little bit of an exercise in. So maybe I'll start doing that.
Right. I would just bring in like maybe a yoga mat, and then put this chair on top.
No,
Or actually, when we
Well, put
roll
it-
out the new rug, you could put this chair on that and do it.
I wouldn't even. I'm just talking about standing with it underneath my feet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm just. I'm not going to put
There's
it.
so many things that you could do.
I'm not going to put it behind me on the recliner and do rows, although that would be interesting.
That would be so weird.
I'm in my recliner doing rows. This is the way. That is the way. That is the way to do exercise, in the recliner doing rows. So
yeah, and I have like a door anchor, like from TRX, that came with the big TRX,
right.
the other TRX, and another one that came with some other resistance bands. So I use that. If I want to like do it, anchor it in the door for certain exercises to have to have it be at a certain height. Yeah.
So, by the way, the links on the bottom of the screen go to either Humble Bundle or Drive Through RPG. These are the affiliate links. We did, as this channel, get a very generous offer for a sponsorship, and you probably know my feelings about taking paid advertising and sponsorships. I know YouTube runs ads. I can't. That is what it is. But if you want to support this channel, that's the new Humble Bundle link. Humble Bundle is no longer doing their own affiliate program. Now they're working with another company. It should still work the same, but that's the link. And of course, the other link will take you to Drive Through. And that's how, if you like what Rach and I do, or Jim and Mike and myself, or Don, Thomas, I do watch Glenn, the Random Party Generator on Fridays. We do a lot of live streams. And because actually, I'll probably be adding a solo live stream for maybe 30 minutes a week during the day, because of the embedded chat that Restream has, allows me to interact with an audience more on a one.
It gives you a lot of freedom.
It does. And so I think that's going to allow me to do another live. I've already been asked, how do you do so much of these live streams? I have a very understanding wife who gets me 21 hours of the day. We're both retired, right? So if I am cutting 2 hours out of certain evenings to do live streams, I'm not cutting 8 hours plus commuting to go to work.
It's a lot.
So
different story.
In a way, my live streams, my videos, my blogging is my part-time job. And we're trying to do things. Don, I know, we're trying to do things to add to the community. It's got a new social media gamer style site up. If I had the link available, I'd put it up. I'll make sure I do a blog post on it over the next couple of days so you all can see it. It looks like it's going to be really good. Sometimes you want places where you can talk about gaming without the noise. Okay, I mean, here's like we are what, 3 weeks away from the elections or so?
Yeah,
3.5. You'll never see me ask how you're going to vote. You'll never see me talk about how I'm going to vote. Your vote is your business. However, if you are in a country that has a democratic system of government, whether it's direct representation or whatever it is, if you don't vote, you're essentially giving up your right to complain. So vote. Again, your politics and my politics probably are not on the same page. We might not even be on the same book. But I want to make sure you express your vote, take that responsibility, and vote. Most of the states in the U.S. allow early voting. So you don't have to wait online or go after work. You can go on a Saturday, you can go on a day off, you can vote by mail. It's so easy to vote. there's no excuse not to. Now, I know when I was working as a cop, there were often many excuses for me not to vote. Besides apathy, okay, we all get that. But I'm just want to really stress the idea: go out there, participate, and then if the results aren't what you like, at least you can say, "Hey, I tried," as opposed to, "I don't like the results." Did you vote? No. Well, then, out of your opinion, can go blow. Get my humble opinion. Wait, what are you doing?
I'm stretching my wrist out.
Okay, so for those who've been following along, there have been a number of anonymous emails showing up recently, not just at my doorstep, well, my virtual doorstep, but Don and Tom and others in the community are getting these anonymous emails, and they're a form of harassment. They're also, in this case, a form of mild amusement because the brain power that's kicking behind these, and and I don't think the person is stupid. I just don't think the person is.
No, we'd never underestimate the person.
Yeah, I just think they're not in the right frame of mind, and that's why we are getting bizarre emails. But you can get worn down with this stuff, just like you can get worn down with social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be the first to say, like, when it comes to social media, what I've been doing since, I don't know, early summer, unless I know you personally, unless you and I converse on a personal level, if I log into Facebook and I see a post by you and you're just one of the literally 3,500 Facebook friends I have, and it's a political post, I don't care whether it's left or right. I don't care. You're unfollowed, not unfriended, mind you. Unless you're advocating for violence, in which case you're unfriended. But I unfollow. What is unfollowing? Unfollowing is I will no longer see any of your updates on Facebook.
Right. So that's not like a harassment thing.
No, that's just a mental health
irritation,
thing.
minimizing irritation
Yes.
thing.
Right.
And then you revisit it after the elections, and the person's probably fine, and
right.
you just keep going.
But it can feel, if you're already getting harassed in other ways, you're gonna go on. You can go on to Facebook, and you're already like, oh, this asshole. And the person's probably not an asshole. The person is just expressing their political opinion, but you've already run out of patience. Okay,
because you're left depleted from some of the harassment that might come either through anonymous emails or through just some jack off coming in your live and whining and crying about how just like whining and crying about somebody else ruining everything for them, ruining their business, yada yada yada, and like, oh, you stole my man kind of thing. It can deplete you.
Yeah.
Because it's always feeling like, oh my God, is this person going to be there? Or, oh my gosh, what do we do with this person now that they're like ruining my life? Or they're not ruining, but they're taking away from what you would want to share with other people in this community. So it's like a distraction. And
by the way, Shadow, you're not on the list. Okay.
No.
We interact. We actually have a relationship. You're not on the list. But Rach is right. See, when you're dealing with harassment,
and I mean to say more troll kind of people.
Right.
Not any
of
our people that come
well, he was he was talking about the political stuff. Is he on the list of unfollowed? But
I mean, I don't do that. I just let people stuff be.
Yeah, well, you hardly on Facebook anyway.
I did go on a little bit.
Oh my God!
To find out about people,
Okay, but
how they're doing or whatever.
Listen. Even when you know that bullshit is bullshit, it still takes up time. It still takes up effort. It still takes even the I can't believe I'm getting these
Well,
stupid
right,
anonymous threats.
right, and it's more that stuff than it would be anybody's political
Hmm.
views. It's like those are things you're entitled to.
All right,
Those are just things that are unique to each person and that they can have. But when it's like things of like threats of, you know, accusations and threats of, you know, legal action or other things, whatever
all
the
right.
case may be. But that's really where.
It just takes up a little bit of the empathy you might have for other more important things. By the way, Shadow, I don't think that George has made it official yet, but I do believe Emperor's Choice is going to be at a convention in Central New York next June. So there should be some Arduin being run.
Mm.
So that's the weekend after North Texas. Again, I'll have a blog post up on that over the next couple of days too. There's so much stuff I got to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So much. It's so much what they call the interesting stuff.
But right, so I guess you were heading towards that compassion fatigue thing. So like
Yeah.
when you're depleted and you want to be available emotionally to your friends, or you want to be
Significant
to your
others, family.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, not now, because you've already got that. More
like you have no idea what the hell they're gonna say to you, but it's just like not now, or like you
Right.
whatever you do, whatever you say.
Right.
It's like, okay, I wasn't even talking about that, but whatever.
Well, and the thing is, usually when that happens, and part of the issue is when it's this random harassment or annoyance, you really can't respond to it, right? Because you don't know who sent it. So you kind of that's. I'll be honest.
Or who sent it, but it might not be quite safe to say and call the shit for what it is.
Well, let's work on the assumption that you don't know who it is.
Okay.
Or you don't know who it is with 100% certainty and clarity.
Okay, yeah, that too.
Okay, when you could go, oh, it could be this fat fuck, or it could be that fat fuck. You kind of got to go. It's still you still can't necessarily pin it down to
right
one ass. But,
yeah, because it could be multiple assholes.
Right. So my reaction to these random letters I've been getting, and I've because people send these things because they think they have power. But no, but nobody sends you a random letter or harassment or whatever you get.
Yeah.
Without thinking it's going to give them power over you. So.
But yeah, in the end, it really doesn't.
It doesn't, because.
And I guess that's something too, like a way that we have of coping, and that you guys use to cope is like being able to mock it.
Well, mocking, that's the whole thing. So
and also be able to like that the truth.
Well, and you can evaluate it.
You evaluate. Okay. Like usually when we hear certain things said about us, it's like, okay, well, let's look at the source. And the source is
right
anonymous or
right. Well, no, the source is anonymous.
It's
anonymous. It always comes down to
or some
not anonymous. VPGMP.
VG Bunani.
Yeah. So, what I have done, what I have stated I'm going to do with these anonymous emails, because they always, the power to this shit is always they're getting into your head. Well, you're not going to get into my head if you send me an anonymous email. I'm just going to talk about it on this damn channel, and people can make their own conclusions as to who they think sent it.
Right.
I'm not going to draw any conclusions for anybody. People are going to read the letter. I am sure that 90% plus are going to come to a certain conclusion, And that individual is not going to look great in the eyes of the public. But these letters are always things that they think. Oh, I'm going to tell people that Tenkor was a dirty cop if you don't comply. Well, I wasn't a dirty cop. I retired honorably, admittedly out of internal affairs, which I make no secret of. That was my last assignment. I did my 20 years, and I wouldn't have been in internal affairs if I had been a dirty cop. So they make these claims that Don is stealing money. Well, if Don was stealing money, then there'd be criminal charges filed, but there are none. Because why? Because Don isn't. It's all attacks on reputation. And
yes.
They feel by insinuating these attacks, by making these claims, that it's going to stick somewhere. So I can guarantee you, hey, you want to accuse me of something in an anonymous email? Sure, I'll put out. I shared the claims that Tenkar was with prostitutes in his patrol car. I wasn't. First off, NYPD is 2-person cars. My last time on regular patrol was 2004. In the precinct that covers NYU, there were no pros. All right. And then Columbia, sorry. And the last time I was actually in a marked patrol car was Hurricane Sandy. And actually that was a marked van with 6 detectives with me. Again, if I scratch my head too much, I'll start bleeding. But so these claims are just pointless. I stole narcotics from the headquarters,
from the evidence
locker at headquarters, which means you don't understand anything about the NYPD. Okay, but
right. So looking at the source and
right,
knowing that you know the truth, but I think that maybe not you as much. Other people really fear that
right.
About their reputation, and
But again, anonymous. Listen, if for anything to stick, you need a validated source. Anonymous sources aren't shit. By the way, Tom, I had a kid at school I was tutoring ask me who I was voting for. I told him it was between me and the voting booth, and then he said, "Do you even vote?" And since he was only 7th grade, I asked, "Do you?" The disgraced idiot, by the way, saying something doesn't make it so. What people fleeing crap don't realize that to fling crap, they get some on their hands, clothes and shoes in the process.
Right, and they end up getting covered in it after you guys do your videos.
Yeah, I'm rubber, you're glue. It bounces off me and sticks onto you, right? Yes. We said that as a kid. Your mother wears army boots. I'm rubber, you're glue. It's like, is that? But you know what? When it comes to these anonymous emails, that is the level of maturity that you're dealing with.
Okay, just turn blue.
What?
Did your mother ever teach you the one? Turn blue.
No.
You just tell them to turn blue.
Oh, hold your breath and.
Yeah.
I know. I
was like, oh my God. As I got older, I started to understand, we're blue when we die. Yeah. Is that what my mom was telling me to tell these other
kids? Tom, stuff gets stolen from evidence lockup in movies all the time, so it must be true, right? If you knew the process for that evidence goes through in the NYPD, that's one of the few things the NYPD does extremely right and anally. Is vouchering of property, vouchering of evidence, and narcotics evidence. Now, I'm going to date myself. I haven't served in a patrol precinct since 2004. But in 2004, when narcotics was vouchered, it wasn't going into a regular voucher. It went into a narcotics envelope. Narcotics envelope was basically a manila envelope with security seals on it, and you had to sign it over the flap on both sides. So if it got opened, you could see it, the signature wasn't matching. But not only that, it went into the narcotics locker. The narcotics locker was, and this tells you what high technology we had in 2004. It was a repurposed United States mailbox.
Oh.
So you could put stuff in.
I see, but you didn't have a key to open it.
The key was not held at the precinct to open it. When the evidence guy from the borough came to pick up the evidence, they went, and if I recall correctly, it was 2 keys. It was the evidence guy had the key, and the desk sergeant had a key, and you both had to have a key to unlock it.
Oh,
so one key wasn't even kept at the precinct.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that wasn't even at headquarters. That was at the precinct level. So so-and-so's wife is so fat that she slapped him into the middle of the next year when she assaulted him in public. My heart be still. Good night, Dave. Catch you later. Oh, you used a feminine term. Okay, that's. Well, again, I never want to be accused of misgendering an anonymous person. So unless I know exactly who it is, they will always be they, them to me. Gotta be. It's a safety deposit mailbox, essentially.
Yes.
Essentially, I mean, they didn't play. Now, here's the other thing. Well, what about cash? Because these are the things, right, where corruption is going to happen. Narcotics and cash. Well, cash had to be out of the precinct within 4 hours of the arrest, 6 hours of the arrest.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it didn't go down to a central location. Every precinct had a bank. And 2 cops would go, and they would make the deposit. It was already completed. And they would go, and you had a key.
Like at a bank in the precinct.
Yeah, or actually, in the case of 4-1, it was in the 4-3 precinct. It was in a neighborhood. I don't know if the 4-1 had any banks when I was there, to tell you the truth.
Maybe not.
I know the 4-2 didn't.
Yeah.
But, and then the money did not stick around a station house. It didn't stay. It was vouchered and gone, and out of the NYPD's possession, put into a bank right away. Tom, I meant anonymous, but it came out. That's okay. I'm sure. I am sure anonymous, PGMP. They understand. They're like the anchor banker. Your anchor banker, he understands.
Well, that's an old.
That's an old commercial.
And probably more New York.
Maybe more New York. Your anchor banker, he understands. Your anchor banker, she understands.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Oh, Tammy. Everybody's here. Let's make it a party.
Yay!
So, again, for Tom and Tammy, there's a convention, old school convention coming up next June in Central New York. Oh God, where was it located again? Right?
Was it New Hartford? New Hartford near Utica.
Near Ithaca, but I was told.
Was it Ithaca or Utica?
Utica. Damn it! Hold on, I don't even know if I have the page open. I probably.
Ithaca's very different.
I don't have it open, but
I think
in any case,
I think it's Utica.
Yeah, it's central. It's about nearly a 5-hour drive for us, but it works. Anonymous is a website for an anonymous email server. Yes, it is anonymous. It's spelled anonymous email, one word. I've gotten enough of them to know what it looks like. And when I got today's, I was like, this person even works weekends. I gotta give them credit. I thought I was the only one that worked weekends. We do these live streams. I do them Friday night. I do them Saturday night. I get videos out throughout the weekend. And yet, today's 2 live streams. I had to do a video with Don this afternoon just to prove that Don wasn't behind bars. So
he's not incarcerated.
He's not incarcerated. Are you incarcerated? No, I'm not incarcerated. So I mean, the stupidity. And
We don't need to send him any comments.
but now the idiocy behind this one is that email was sent personalized, and I will give that much credit. It was a personalized email, but this body was the same to Tom, myself, and I believe at least 2 others. Oh, you're actually going to Plattsburgh tomorrow. My back in the day, my cousin was the DA of Clinton County, but that goes back to 9/11 actually, back then. So picking up your son's new car, enjoy. Plattsburgh. I was there nearly 25 years ago, and I have no intention of going back. Roger, yes, CNY RPG Con. I should have the link up, but I forgot to get it ready because I didn't think I'd be discussing it, but it came up in the conversation. So, looking forward to it. New Hartford. T. Race was right.
Yeah.
You're not just my wife. You've got.
Well, you tell me where I'm going. I need to know where I'm going.
It's adjacent to Utica.
Yeah.
Okay. You see. There you go. So, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna June will be our con month, I guess, because we'll be at North Texas.
Yeah, that'll be a banging month.
It'll be a banging month.
Mm-hmm.
So our next convention is going to be Page in Philadelphia, and then
January.
Yep, and then TotalCon in February.
Mm-hmm.
So then
April for Tower Wizard Tower
Wizard Con. So yeah, we got one hell of a con schedule coming up.
Yeah, very exciting.
Tom spent nearly 10 years there in his younger years, but next June for a con, man, our year is getting booked. I understand it.
Good stuff.
It's good stuff.
May it be booked with these kind of lovely things.
Yeah. No. So Roger, I don't know if you heard this earlier, but I know the Emperor's Choice guys are excited about a con that they can drive to. And since they're ramping up with Arduin next year, their game plan is to be at your con. So get in touch with them at Empco. I forget how these, but in any case,
I think you were saying Emcho.
Because they at the very least you should try to make sure they get themselves a vendor's table. They really need to make a good impression. They're good guys, and they're in Buffalo. Come on, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. If I can make the drive,
that's why it's Central New York. They drive 5, we drive 5.
There we go. It's better than driving to Buffalo. Never been to Buffalo. It snows a lot of snow. Surprised they haven't gotten a foot yet. Maybe they have. We don't.
Maybe they have. We don't know. It's just so common there that they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not news.
So, again, I'm thrilled by this embedded chat. It is really awesome. It makes it so much simpler. I don't have to highlight any chat to get up on the screen. I don't have to change my pacing or my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Restream for the win.
So was it not Restream, but StreamYard that like when you put your thumbs up, it would do the hearts or it would do the.
Listen,
if you did the heart, it would.
You know what? I think that was.
Is that the camera?
It was the camera, and I think we're working on.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Oh, there we go. It's the camera. There you go. There's your heart. But look at that. Greg Gillespie's even in the room.
Very cool.
Greg, I don't know if did we let Canadians into Gamers Health?
Oh hell yeah! All are welcome, man.
Okay, I was just checking. I needed to be sure. But by the way, everybody, including Greg, is kicking my ass in our fantasy football league. I've scored the 3rd most points in our league. I should be up there, and I've only got 1 win. Tammy, did we get an update on your indoor garden? Oh my God, we started with it.
Yeah.
But we'll end with it too. Okay, so we've been fighting an aphid problem for the last 4, 5, 6 months.
So it's a breakdown GI.
So we were like, all right, we've had it for a year. We actually got it just about a year ago. Let's take all the plants out, trash them. And by the way, we have 3 plants that are were still originals.
Yes. All of the peppers.
The peppers, the jalapeno peppers, the sweet peppers, and the
mint.
No.
No?
Mint. Okay, 4 plants. Big leaf.
Oh yes, the Swiss chard.
The Swiss chard.
And that will still have big leaves.
Yeah, we could probably have harvested it again.
Could have harvested it,
but we
were afraid.
So we want to, and we got the aphids from the strawberries. Which,
never again.
But they don't sell them anymore, so I guess they realized that.
Yeah.
So we threw all the plants out. We've got new plants ordered and going to be getting here probably within the next couple of days. So now it's a cleaning. And so we're doing the cleaning.
Very thorough cleaning. It's like
yes,
and natural thorough cleaning. So it's like how do water and vinegar and
or water and citric acid.
Citric acid.
We're gonna do citric acid for the flush.
For the flush of the hoses.
Yeah. See, we want to get this back to like basically brand new condition this week. So. Glenn Hallstrom will be with us a week from Monday, but we'll see him this coming weekend. So remember, again, I'm going to tell you again, Gamers Health for next weekend will be Sunday night. Okay?
And maybe Glenn will make an appearance.
Well, he won't be with us.
Oh, he won't be. Oh, yeah.
But he may make an appearance the
following week. Yes.
Right.
Before he goes home.
Right. And that'll be from the Poconos, so we could probably set it up for laptop and iPad.
Yeah.
Just use one microphone. Be all at the same table. I think I've got my mind working on this. Okay. So next live stream will be Wednesday. Now, Wednesday is the night before Game Hole kicks off. So Mike and Jim will be at Game Hole.
The pre-con kind
so of. We're live from New York and Madison, Wisconsin, and we'll probably have special guests walking by.
They'll be on location.
Now, Monday, Mike and I are going to be special guests on God Damn It, Zach.
This Monday. Oh, okay.
So, sorry, any updates on Rachel's cancer?
Yeah, cancer free. And let's see. I have another scan coming up in November. No,
23rd.
On the 23rd.
I have to see my schedule.
I have a procedure coming on the 21st, but that's not related to cancer. Obviously, they'll send it to be evaluated, like for cancer. But I have a polyp, and so like they don't usually. There's a low occurrence of cancer with those, so like It wasn't like because like I was told about it like back in August, and then like they tried to like schedule the surgery for it. And, it was like, oh, but I have this to do and that to do. And the doctor, and then it's the holidays, because like, Yom Kippur and all that. And so like, it's the 21st. So, I'm not very worried about it. I just, not looking forward to having surgery on it. But, yeah, it is what it is. It could be so much worse. And we just, keep going. And we don't get excited until there's something to get excited about. My knees are doing so much better. Let's see. We've been doing walking in the big park, which is like, if you do the full loop around the park, it's a mile. But I've been doing like mile walks now for a little while.
But her pace is better. Her gait is better.
And I'm more comfortable. Like, I was still walking, even though like, it didn't always feel the best, but I knew that I needed to like stay moving. Yeah, and just like, trying to keep working at like strength training and work on muscle growth to help myself be able to like maybe give the knees a little breaks, so trying to strengthen around the knees and strengthen especially my bum so that this way the knees get a break, so like our core and working on the core, so like our core helps if we use our core, it helps shield the knees from a lot of impact. So yeah, nutshell, that's kind of what I've been working on. And yes, cancer free.
So there we go. Look at that hot.
Yes.
I'm gonna do thumbs up. Will it see my thumbs up? Maybe I got to be more in the middle. There we
There
go.
you go.
Got the fireworks.
Oh yeah, we
going.
needed fireworks too. Good. Yes.
Yeah, I like. I there we go. There we go. So Cammie, Rachel, you are an inspiration.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
So, all right, I think we're gonna wrap tonight up.
Okay.
Folks, thank you. Listen, you can reach out to me on social media or whatever. If you like this embedded chat, let me know. I'm really liking it. I think it really enhances the conversation that's going on and allows.
Well,
us
I
to
think it's
interact better.
good because it's like you don't have to work as hard to make sure that
People
it's
get
just
seen.
people get seen. They're gonna get seen with this in it, and they're gonna be able to interact with each other without the slowness
Right.
that we would have in
Yeah.
posting it or
Yeah. So
I and then sometimes it's like in the past, like we would talk about something and people would be responding, and then be like, "Oh, we have to go back to
Oh,
the
I gotta
chat."
catch up.
And then
I'm
it's like,
15
"Oh, well,
minutes
what were
behind.
we saying then?"
Yeah.
And so that we would fully
Yeah, we catch
grasp the context of what they were saying. So yeah,
Pretty cool.
This is pretty awesome.
So again, next week it'll be Sunday night, 8
Yes.
p.m. Monday night, I think 8 p.m. probably for the goddamn attack. Wednesday, just a lot of lives. What can I tell you? Thank you for the support, folks. Really,
Yeah,
it
thank
comes
you
from
so
me, it
much.
comes from Rach. The community is awesome. And actually, the community is the one that made me realize that my Humble Bundle links were broken. Because they're like, we're trying to use it, and the links aren't
Good
working.
looking out.
So I was like, oh, I got to check into that. I was like, yes. If I boot somebody, does the on-screen post go away? I don't believe so, Foogly. I don't. But I think
it would live there, but
I
if you
think it
boot
lives.
them, because this is
They don't get
recording
any
all
more.
of it, right?
Yeah, I think when we booted the guy on Wednesday, I don't know.
If you had to boot somebody on Wednesday,
Yeah, but his chat wasn't assigned; it wasn't embedded. I don't know. Yeah, we had to boot somebody, and he's been on before. He usually hasn't been this much of a douchebag. But they were a douchebag. They didn't like James.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah. So, thank you, Tam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody else,
for joining us.
As usual, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. We will catch you all later. And I'm just realizing something, Rach. When does New Year's Eve fall on this year?
I'm not quite sure, but I can get it.
Yeah. Because we always do a New Year's Eve live. And
it is on. It's a Thursday.
Oh,
wait.
No, it's a Tuesday. New Year's Eve 2024 is a Tuesday. All right, folks. So you can just pencil
Oh my gosh. It's the 20. No.
31st of December is a Tuesday.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, it is. It's Tuesday.
Okay, so folks, pencil it in. We'll probably go live around 11:30 and stay on for about 2.5 hours. So you can pencil that one in. All right, folks.